positive energy all the time. Hope everybody's doing great. Rep your city, rep your city. Represent your city. I am representing Chi-Town. Shout out to everybody on Kick, on Twitch, on Facebook, on YouTube, and my other Facebook account. Salute to you all. Hope your day is starting out great. If you're in the United States, if you're overseas, hope your day is going well. Come on in, come on in. And top of the morning. I'm thinking about exposing some people that stole a song from me. They didn't make much money with the song, but the fact they stole it, I don't know. Now that we got the internet like it is, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, I could expose them, make a little noise. For sure, I'm going to have my membership running over here this week. I just got to check to see what's allowed and what's not. Hopefully I could wild out. That would be great. I would charge for that. But if it's not nothing extreme, I can't see charging. I'd rather just get super chats and donations like that. But if I could really make it worth my members, if my members could see something that, you can't see nowhere else, I would do that. Because I already got content coming up on Patreon. But a lot of it is videos I don't have up anymore, classics. If I get membership, I'll do both. I'll do content for Patreon because I'm going to do new content for Patreon, pre-recorded videos. It's not over here. And I'll do videos for my membership over here. Both spots will be exclusive. So I'm looking into that. That should be exciting. There's a lot of things I would like to talk about, but I want to make sure YouTube is giving me some leeway. So I'm thinking with membership, I think they give you more leeway. That'll be a good thing. I'll also have it over on Vegan Intel. So I'm looking into that. So we out here up early this morning, kicking it. Make sure you go subscribe to Vegan Intel. That account's about to go crazy. Salute to everybody that's already over there. I've reached my goal. I got 1,000 subscribers, so I'm going to start having some really excellent interviews over on Vegan Intel. Woof. I didn't want to interview them until I got an audience for them over there. But it's about to go crazy over there. So come on in, come on in, come on in. Boy, what the heck? Oh. Yeah, but make sure you subscribe to Vegan Intel. Good to see you, my brother. Much respect. Yeah, I'm thinking about exposing these people that stole my song. I had my lawyers on top of it, but she wanted to make sure there was some economical benefit. And without any economical benefit, she didn't want to necessarily spend money pursuing it. But now with social media, I could kind of apply pressure myself and pursue it myself. So I'm going to look into that. Make sure you go subscribe to Vegan Intel. That's going to be crazy. I'm going to have some fire content over there. I've been waiting until I got 1,000 subscribers. And I'm going to have a lot of people over there. Oh, boy. Those interviews are going to be off the chain. No doubt. So make sure you go over there and subscribe to that. And that's going to be crazy. I got a couple more channels about to launch. From Kemet to Chicago's about to launch. I have taken my content I was doing over here and I've separated it into categories. I took all my plant-based health stuff from over here and put it over on Vegan Intel. A lot of all my conversation about ancient Ethiopia, ancient Kemet, Atlantis, Mu, all of that will be over on From Kemet to Chicago. That's going to be off the chain. But up next is my call-in. So my call-in show is up next. Woof. Oh, oh boy. Oh boy. That's going to be super crazy. Yeah, that's going to be. So I'm going to do the call-in show. That's going to be great. My viewers are going to love that because they get a free reign. All I will be doing is listening. I won't be saying much. That's going to be crazy. The call-in show is going to be crazy, but it'll give me a break. I'll let everybody ask questions. So the call-in show is going to be next. Pharaoh said that live. Oof. And then from Kemet to Chicago, this is going to be fire too. So I'll be doing 4 different YouTube channels. So that's going to be interesting. Pharaoh said that live is going to be off the chain. That's going to be off the chain for sure. Coming real soon. I'm going to have a lot of call-ins. I'm not going to be talking too much, but I will be on there arguing with my friends. I will have, you all are going to enjoy that. So I will have different rosters I know call in and will be reasoning to show y'all how vicious our reasonings are. You have to be hardcore to get in those sessions. I'll be having gang members calling. So I'll be having gang members calling from the community, talking to them. I'll be having ladies calling in, talking to them. It's going to be crazy. Pearl said that live is going to be crazy, 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 crazy. Other YouTubers will be calling in. It's going to be crazy. Oh boy. I'm really looking forward to that. Got my new equipment coming for that next week so I can, push the buttons and bring them into the live and have the sound effects and everything. It's going to be crazy. I'll probably change all my sound for all my lives. I'll use the same equipment. I'm going to have my engineer come and professionally set up my sound. So my sound is going to change in a couple of weeks, a few weeks. And it's going to be more a professional presentation. I didn't want to do it, but since I'm doing so many channels, I might as well upgrade. I'm in the music business. I got the connections to do that, to have the top quality sound like a radio station. So I'm going to do that. Have my sound man come in and get my sound together and bring you all some of the best content ever. On into February when I turn 69, and then on into the next February when I turn 70. We're going to be rocking and rolling for sure. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to all you all calling in too. You get to voice yourself. I'll let you all talk to each other too. Open up the lines. Somebody call in. You want to argue with them or whatever, cool. You just have to be respectful. That's all. So I'm up early this morning getting it in. To all the trolls that I like, I'm getting a little too busy. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to talk to you trolls and respond to your comments, which I enjoy. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy trolling the trolls, but I'm going to be too busy. I'm going to want to keep the conversation flowing. So my mods are going to be blocking you left and right, like they play frontline for the NFL champs. So negative and immature viewers will be blocked. And the mods will make the decisions. And after a few days, when I think about it, I'll go back and unblock you. I'll go and unblock you. And then if you come again and they don't like it, they're going to block you again. But I'm not keeping anybody blocked. I'm just blocking you for the sake of that actual conversation at that time. So mods, let loose. If you accidentally block somebody, if you accidentally get blocked and I notice it, I'll let you know, oops, that was a mistake. Maybe the mods will unblock you if they can. If not, I'll unblock you. But yeah, we're stepping up. I got too many channels I'm going to be doing. And over the summer and the rest of this year, I got to really focus on my conversations. My conversations is going to go through the moon. We got elections and stuff coming. We got all type of wars and things coming. And so it's going down. Lots of people, my brother, have been having problems getting their notifications. I watch Ticket TV. Go watch Ticket TV. If you want to know what's going on, go over to Ticket TV. Make sure you tell Ticket TV that Pharaoh said that sent you, and I told y'all he the best. He one of the best. So go watch Ticket TV. Subscribe to Ticket TV if you want to know what's going on. So I'm looking forward to all of that. So today, I'm going to talk about the Drake music. I feel I really have to. Okay. For you, if you don't watch all the time, you need to get to understand why certain things I be saying. I'm not the typical YouTuber because I really cater to my audience. So, not saying that they don't, but I go beyond to explain things to my audience. And so, this is what I'm doing here. I'm explaining something specifically to my audience. And if anybody else watches, they can learn too. But I'm always concerned if my viewers know what's going on. So this is one reason I don't really debate, because I feel like I'm letting my viewers know what's going on. So I can't let nobody make me think I don't know what I'm talking about, because I believe I do know what I'm talking about. And it's not the time to debate if I know what I'm talking about while I'm sharing information. The timing is off. And even when I have Pearl said that live, I will not be debating. Listen, brothers and sisters, listen to me. Only debate with friends and loved ones or people you really respect and know. Never debate with somebody you don't know. So do not debate nobody on social media. You don't know them. Okay? Never. Don't do it. And only debate if you feel like you and the person you debate are having an even exchange, and always admit when you're debating a person and you think they're right. Always admit it. Now, don't admit they're right just to be admitting they're right, because I never do that. Because when I don't admit you're right, it's because I don't necessarily believe you're right. But for sure, if you come over here and I say something and you say something that checkmates what I said and that makes sense, I'm tapping out, because I don't believe I own the truth. The truth is an offense, but not a sin. And he who laughs last is he who wins. So for me, if you make sense, I don't feel like my point of view is that important to overlook the facts. And I don't see that as a loss. And I have a lot of problems with that, because when people say the wrong thing and I give them the correct information, many times they resist because they take it as a loss. That's not a loss. If I said we usually go to the right and you say, no, look at it, we mostly go to the left. It's no problem when we say, oh yeah, you're right, we go to the left. To me, that's not a loss. I don't look at going back and forth over information as a win or a lose. To me, it's not a competition. I don't feel like I gotta be right. I'm only interested in the information. I'm only going to stand up for the information I'm saying. I'm not going to stand up for me because I'm saying it. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. And if you could watch some of my older videos till now, you will see changes. Because I'll change at a dime once I realize, oh, I see. So I don't believe in being what we call in Chicago stuck on stupid. What is my thought on Rick Ross? Rick Ross is smart. He's going on a tour. Rick Ross is going on a tour, and he's trying to stimulate interest for people to watch him. So then when they watch him, he can sell his tour. That's all he's doing. He's trolling to get people to watch him. So then more people watch him, the more people know he's going on tour. Smart. He's having a hard time selling tickets right now. Tickets ain't selling like that. He's having a hard time selling tickets. I think Rick Ross is a great artist. I think his voice is like one of the best in rap. I like his music. I think he can really rap. But as far as his career, I think lying about working in the jails, I think damaged his career. Because you named yourself after Freeway Ricky Ross. You lied and said you wasn't working in the jail. You're not. Your raps ain't credible because you're lying. You're lying. But he made a fortune. So as far as making money, he did what's best for him. He made a lot of money. As far as saying he gonna do something to 50 Cent and all that, come on. Everybody knows that 50 Cent got Navy SEALs and stuff security. When he gonna get close to 50 Cent? And people answer, good to see you, money. When is Rick Ross gonna get close to 50 Cent? 50 Cent moving with Navy SEALs and some of the best security the money could buy. You're going to do what? Plus 50 Cent is a boxer for real. He's not just a guy that was in the street brawling. Dude got hands, like for real. Like 50 Cent got real boxing hands. Like for real. Rick Ross would come on. You know what I'm saying? As far as Rick Ross dissing Drake, that's good for Drake. Same thing. Publicity is good for Rick Ross. Publicity is good for Drake. And so since we talked about Drake, let me get to the plant-based meat. This is for my subscribers. I don't want y'all to be lost in the sauce. Drake's album, in terms of just colored people and black people, I say colored because, his mom's white, his dad's black, but I'm going to ride with the daddy. Drake is a genius. That, what you seen, okay, especially if you're in the music business, what you just seen Drake do is monumental. Do you hear me? Super big. because Drake had to turn in so many projects to get out of his record deal. He dumped all of the material he needed to turn in at one time. Now he's free. Now, if you don't like everything he dumped, because he dumped one good one and the other three you could tell was fillers. Now, let me ask you something. If you turned in music to get out of a deal, would you give them your best songs? If you would do the same thing Drake do and drop one good album and the rest all mids, put your thumb up. Why would he give them the hit records he's sitting on when he's getting ready to get his own deal? I know that's not the conversation, so you're losing me. If he keeps trolling this person, mods, do what you got to do, right? Because we want to have intelligent conversations, okay? Anybody that's trolling, anybody that doesn't stand on the conversation, mods, do your job, okay? Listen, why would Drake, when he's doing 3 albums and turning them in, listen, he would have had to do 1 album, 2 albums, 3 albums. Average person take 2-3 years before they get out the deal. He dropped it all at one time and got out of the deal in one night. While everybody was talking about Kendrick and the beef, he was putting records together to get out of his deal. Why would he give them his best material so they can make money when he's gone? Why would he do that? Why would he do that? Who is we? Who is we? I'm the one talking. We not talking, I'm talking. I don't know who we is. Who is we, JoJo? Okay, listen. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. You see that label? That's my record label. I produce. I'm the CEO. I went to Vanderbilt College of Music. I played lots of different instruments. And so I am somewhat worthy to listen to. This is common sense. If you, first off, nobody can argue this because nobody's ever done this but Drake. So if you don't even respect the genius of Drake, with all these black people stuck under contracts, having to deliver 3 more albums, he would have had to deliver this album and 2 more albums, and they're expecting that to happen next year and the year after. At the soonest, they're expecting to have Drake still signed to them in 2030. In 2030, they were still expecting him to be turning in his last album. He has turned in all of his material. Now, I'm going to ask you a simple question. if, because I respect what you said, if he has a bunch of fire songs, should he have turned them in now or when he's got his new deal? If. When should, if, just say if, because you don't believe it. Cool. But if he's got some fire songs, should he have turned them in now? Or should he have turned them in after he get his whole new deal? What do you think? What would you do? If you had some fire songs, which is now, JoJo, recording artists like him got a lot of songs. Drake easily got 600 songs, 600 to 1,000 songs in a hard drive, easily. People that got that much money that could basically record in their home, every time he get an idea, he could just record. So for sure, Drake got about 600 to 1,000 songs in a hard drive. You know what I'm saying, JoJo? For sure, he got songs. And Drake is an excellent recording artist. Excellent. Let me see. Compare, you say compare, some say it was homage. So let me ask you something, Peter. Do you consider the glove on the album comparing or homage? I look at it as paying homage. As far as hits and as far as his mark in the record business, he can definitely compare to Michael Jackson as far as hit records and success. For sure. Probably more than anybody else. I mean, if I had to pick somebody to compare to Michael based on success, it would definitely be Drake. Because Drake is about to pass Jay-Z by a long shot. So let me get into my views on that, and then we'll get back to this. As far as Drake as a recording artist, when I first seen Drake come out, I was like, oh, okay. But after a while, right, when he got to like the third album, second and third album, and I kept seeing the great quality of songs. The first thing I noticed, and a lot of y'all might not have noticed that, early in his career, they were playing twins with him and Rihanna. And what they were doing was, every time they dropped a new project, they totally flipped their styles around. But if you go watch, every time they changed, they was a little similar. I peeped that early. I'm like, oh, this is the male and female of the same artist. Go back and listen. So now, I'm also a DJ. Tupac did great, but Tupac got unalived too early. So once somebody keep making records while he's unalive, he gonna be out the subject. Because Tupac didn't get to have a full career, neither did Biggie. So we're talking in terms of career. And Tupac didn't have a long career like that. Drake compared to Michael Jackson, you cannot compare a rapper to a singer. You cannot compare a rapper to a singer and a dancer. You can't compare Michael Jackson to Count Basie, to a okay. So that in itself is ridiculous because you can't compare Michael Jordan to Walter Payton. One plays football, the other one plays basketball. And Drake is a rapper, and Michael Jackson is a singer and a dancer. But in terms of business, this is for my subscribers. In terms of business, if you drop a record, you have to sell it. You have to sell it and you have to advertisement, right? You have to sell it and you have to advertise it, right? And so anything you do that creates conversation equals a higher possibility of sales. Okay? This is business. Okay? So anything Drake could do, because even though he turned the album in to get out of his deal, he's breaking records. He's breaking records in sales. He's breaking records in views that I see nobody wants to talk about. Because in terms of YouTube, if you're on YouTube, right? And every time your song play, it's monetized, right? So if every time your song plays, it's monetized, right? And then YouTube's pays you. So if Drake goes on YouTube and put all of his songs up real quick, just the songs on YouTube, every time they play, it's monetized, right? How much money is that? 3 albums worth. Then if he turns around and drops all the videos, those monetized. So he's got one song monetizing twice, 3 albums monetizing twice, which is 6 albums. So he has 6 albums worth of songs being monetized. Is he stupid? Is Drake stupid? Or is he grabbing a major bag? Is he getting a big ass bag? Is he getting a big bag? Yes or no? Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Answer some questions. I'm answering questions. You answer questions. It's not going to go well. I'm just answering questions. I'm just answering questions. Some of y'all ask me a lot of questions, and when I ask a question, you don't respond. I might have to stop answering your questions because this ain't no one. This ain't going like that. I'm not jumping over no ropes for you. Then I ask you a question, and you don't got nothing to say. All of y'all been asking me questions. I should see a response. I answer your questions. So why you ain't answering mine? What you mean? I asked you a simple question. Is he making money with all them songs playing on YouTube? He's breaking the record with the most views. Okay. I'm gonna have to pay attention to who responds and who don't. Now, what does this say? Drake's main YouTube channel has generated over 22.7 billion total views, while total video views across the YouTube surpass 44.8 billion views. Okay. Is he stupid? Is he stupid? He don't know what he's doing? That's all I want to know. He don't know what he's doing? Because if you could criticize him, you say he don't know what he's doing. How much money you making? How much views you getting? What you got? You got anything popping out 44, almost 45 billion views? Name another artist that drops a project at one time and got that many 50 billion views. Name me a rapper. Name me a rapper that dropped 3 albums and got 50 billion views in less than a month. Name me one. I'll wait. Because I'm not for criticizing somebody that's doing better than me. Now, I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I ain't in no position to say nothing about Drake. What? I got 57 people in the chat. I just keep it real. I ain't even got 1,000 people in the chat right now. I can't say nothing about nobody finna get 50 billion views. That boy a genius and a hard worker. Because you know how hard you got to work to have that much material? You know how hard you got to work to have that much material? And it's not trash. People just trying to say it ain't real good, but I listen to it. Not only is this good, he separated it where the main album is the one for everybody's attention. One of the other albums is a more feminine for the females. People ain't peeped that. The second album, the ladies gonna be playing that back to back at the crib while they taking baths and cleaning up the house. It's like walking around in the house music. Yes, he did. He dropped just the plain videos first. Not only did he did that, Renee, I was watching it. So when he dropped the 3 albums, then he dropped 1 all on YouTube. Then he dropped 2 all on YouTube. Then he dropped the 3 one all on YouTube. Then, like a few hours later, 1 video popped up. Real video, 2, 3. Every time I was refreshing, man, listen. You should see the speed that them videos was popping up. Let me see if we can get a good idea. I've never seen nothing like that in my damn life. I ain't gonna lie. Look, watch this. From the first album. And that's only the first album. Look, look, look. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me this ain't tripped out. Look. Here's the first one right here, the plot twist, right? 9 million views 9 days ago. National Treasure, 9 days ago. 9 million views. Lil Birdie, 9 days ago. 3 million views. Make Them Remember, 9 days ago. 3 million views. Burning Bridges, 9 days ago. 7 million views. So he dropped 5 videos 9 days ago on the same day. Then the next day, 6 videos. 9 days, 9 days, 9 days. 7. He dropped 7 videos 9 days ago. Music video. Nice music videos too. Hey, listen. I don't know. I know y'all ain't in the music business. Do you know the type of cameras and equipment and editing got to go into them videos? Then 8 days ago, he dropped the next day, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then the next day, he dropped 10 music videos. And then like 3 days later, he dropped 1. So he dropped 9 videos, then 10 music videos. Which means what? Which means while everybody was talking about Kendrick and stuff like that, what he was doing? He was working. He was working. He was putting songs together. He was shooting videos. He was getting the graphics together. He didn't say nothing. He made everybody think, oh, he took an L. Ha ha. Kendrick, they took an L. Hey, working. Like, do you know how much work that is? Do you know how much cameraman had to do? Do you know what goes into those graphics, the wardrobe, the setting for that many videos, like 20 videos? $20 videos. 19 videos in 2 days. 19 music videos in 2 days. In rap, that's Michael Jackson. That's better than Mike. Michael Jackson didn't do no shit like that. Mike didn't ever do nothing close to that. Nobody has ever done that. Ever. No one has ever dropped 3 albums in one day, one night, and 10 videos within a week. Never. Nobody dropped 9 videos on one day, 10 videos on one day, and then one. Never, 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 never. Now, I know for viewers, they don't know what they're looking at. But go watch them videos and you tell me how much work went into shooting them videos. Just go watch them videos. People like me, us local Chicago artists and stuff, we shoot a video. We ain't got jets. We ain't got graphics from helicopters. We don't got the money to shoot the grand videos Drake shot. People take it for granted, even if some of that stuff is AI. It ain't no scrubby AI. But I'm in the business. I understand if you're not in the business, you don't know what you're looking at. Boy, you know how much work that is? That means that man been working since They Not Like Us. He been working since They Not Like Us came out. That man been working, pretending he took an L, and then came out and crushed the bag. Right now, in the contest between him and Kendrick, Drake is winning by a long shot. Kendrick's label is in trouble. All kind of people is accusing them of harassing women. He don't really got nowhere to go. Yeah, he spent all that money out of his pocket and got out the deal. And so as far as taking an L, that ain't no L. That's an L for somebody ain't got no money though. But if you make a great song and diss me and everybody see you diss me, and I go make $1 billion, you could say I took an L. But you can't say that with the bank account. You ain't got no money. So that's why you ain't this is big money talk. You on some fan stuff. And that's a lesson to y'all. You see on some fan stuff, you lost, that just be a lesson to all y'all. When you lose and people cheer you lost, go work hard and win. To me, Drake, I would show my children Drake what he did just now after the battle before I show my kids Kendrick. I would show my kids how you win regardless of public opinion. Because all them people that was singing They Not Like Us, they all watching them videos. They all flipped. They all flipped. They all flipped. At the end of the day. One more time. They Not Like Us. Bye, 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 bye. He lost. 9 million views. 9.3 million views. 3.3 million views. 3.1 million views. 7.1 million views. 3 million views. 10 million views. 4.4 million views. 9.8 million views. 7.2 million views. 3 million views. 3 million views. 1.4 million views. 2.2 million views. 3.8 million views. 2.9 million views. 3.8 million views. 1 million views. All of this within 10 days. In my world, that's a win. In my world, the ball's in Kendrick's court. And in Kendrick's world, too. The fans, they don't matter. In Kendrick's world, he looking at all that money that man just made. That's it. If Kendrick was smart, he'll go sign in Drake's new deal. Kendrick is not as good an artist as Drake. Kendrick's a good artist, but he's not as good as Drake. Kendrick is one-sided. He can't make no good songs other than the type of songs he be making. He can't make no songs for ladies and stuff like that. He's all right. He's good. But if I had to sign one, I would sign Drake. If I had to choose between Drake and Kendrick, I wouldn't have to think 10 seconds. I think what Kendrick would do if he was smart, he'll go sign with Drake. If Drake started a label, if Kendrick was smart, he'll go sign with Drake. because his labeling fell apart. They being accused for all kind of sexual stuff. A lot of them finna go to prison. They didn't push their way indoors on women and all that. So TDE, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say there's no loser, but I would say if you was going to pick a winner and a loser, right now Kendrick is losing. If you pick a loser, and Kendrick got to take the L. With the deal Drake finna get, boy, let me tell you something. The bag always beat all that other stuff. Now, I don't know if a lot of y'all outside in the streets or y'all just on the internet, but where I come from, the bag wins every time. If you diss me and make $1 million, and after the diss I make $1 billion, bruh, you lost. I don't know. I don't know how y'all function. I don't know. I'm just telling you, outside in the real world, because the internet ain't the real world. Outside, when you go tell the guys outside, dude made this and dude made that, I'm gonna tell you what the brothers who they gonna say is the man. They gonna say whoever got that big bag is the man. They gonna say Drake S on dude. They gonna say Drake SHITED on dude. That's what they would say on the block outside. That he came back and he S'd on dude. Fans, of course, you're not gonna say that. Because you's a fan. But Big Pharaoh, I'm an air conditioner. You's a fan. I'm the air conditioner. I'm AC. Dude, let me tell you something. If you're raising children, Drake is the role model for your children, to show your children that when things go bad, brush it off, roll your sleeves up, and get in the game and go get it. Behind that type of situation, with everybody singing They Not Like Us and A minor and all that, for him to come back like that, that's real champion material. That's champion. I respect that to the utmost. I ain't gonna lie. I really respect that because he took a beating. Okay? Drake took a beating and came back like this and got out of the label deal. Whoa. And now, as far as that go, historically, he gonna be the man. Listen, historically, because men lie, women lie. Numbers don't lie. Historically, dude gonna be the champ. And now, I mean, based on the beef, Kendrick won. The beef ain't nothing. They're not competing in beefing. They competing as recording artists. They're competing as recording artists. Period. The battle, I think the battle was trash because I think the audience is immature. So I think the audience ruined the battle. So the audience, especially these dudes, they fanboys. So I really don't like the battle. I liked it when I watched it, and I thought Kendrick came with the big song. But the way the audience acted, I really wasn't into that. It was too, especially the dudes, it was too feminine. because you were just supposed to say, yeah, Kendrick got him and keep on. You weren't supposed to make it personal. You hate Drake. I didn't like that. But that's that men that did that, they wear women's underwear. Like, so that part, but when they got to that part, that's why I ain't talk about it. I was done with it because it was too feminine. It was too feminine. I think he deserved the Grammys because Kendrick do a lot of shows and stuff like that. So I think he deserved to get the Grammy. It was a great song. That was one of the greatest songs in hip hop. But DJ Mustard get 60% of the credit. Kendrick only get 40% of the credit, but I know I'm in the music business and that's going to go over your head. But Mustard gave him that gun. It ain't like he, you know what I'm saying? That's all DJ Mustard. Because without that beat, that song ain't nothing. But that beat, dun-dun-dun-dun, boy, that beat, boy. You know what I'm saying? Salute to DJ Mustard. Hey, man, DJ Mustard say, here, little homie. Boy, he hooked old boy up big time because that beat is just crazy. And then if Kendrick came up with them lyrics, because y'all don't be in the studio, if he came up with that hook, because a lot of times the producer give you the hook. A lot of times the producer say, go like this. They not like us. They not like us. They not like us. Dun-dun-dun-dun. A lot of times, I know y'all ain't in the business, the producer give you the whole package. All you got to do is write your verse. A lot of times. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And I got songs on TV. I got songs on TV. And that song that Showtime bought, the rappers didn't write that hook. Baby Keem did that hook, see? But Kendrick killed it, don't get me wrong. Kendrick killed it. Kendrick killed it. I didn't like the battle because I didn't like Drake bringing up Kendrick's baby mama and saying who the baby is. So when he came back and say, you know, A minor, that's what Drake get because no women and children, bro. So Drake was supposed to take that beating because he crossed the line, like whose baby is that and all that. I ain't really like that. I ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like that. But that's a cold song. They Not Like Us, one of the great hip hop songs. Ain't that like that? That bad boy fire though. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, for a dude to win all them Grammys and have a big song like that, and for Drake to come back like this, he the champ. Point blank, period. He's the champ. Because us businessmen, the bag always beat everything. You know, I'm a businessman and I'm a street hustler. And the bag wins. Always. The bag always wins. Period. The bag wins. If I'm balanced, if I'm Kendrick and I see what Drake did, I'm feeling like he winning. I'm feeling like I got to get, right now, if I'm Kendrick, I'm thinking I got to get a better deal. I got to get a good deal. I got to get some more money. I'm not going to keep rapping like this for this money. If I'm Kendrick, that's what I'm thinking right now. Damn. But if Kendrick want to make some big, big money, and I was involved in them, I say, Kendrick, you want to break the internet? signed to Drake, new label, because Drake finna get a label. Watch. OVO finna be big. I would tell Kendrick, listen, don't tell nobody. Don't tell your crew or nobody. Go holler at dude. Sign with Drake. Drake gonna give you some hooks and shit. You gonna kill him. Y'all gonna shut the game down. Make the first single you and him on there. You see, this is some gangster. This is money. You know what I'm saying? And publicity sell. Drake gonna give you a big ass bag too. A big bag to sign with them. A big bag. And you gonna be filthy, filthy, filthy rich. Filthy rich. That's why I would. The hell with the audience. I tell kids, man, the hell with them people. You got kids to feed and you need some money, boy. Go over there and break the internet. Sign over there. The hell with them people. They don't care. As long as you drop some fire songs, they're going to forget about it. Their memory, the audience memory is this big, as you can see by all the views Drake got. Some of them people watching Drake video was hating on him and flipped. Y'all know that's right. Y'all know I ain't lying. Kool Moe Dee versus LL Cool J. D, no, it's no. LL Cool J and Kool Moe Dee beefed, but what made the difference is LL was still dropping bombs and Kool Moe Dee wasn't. That beef had nothing to do with LL. LL was dropping bombs with Jingling Baby. Go ahead, baby. Backseat of my Jeep. Let's kick an episode. LL was dropping bombs. LL was in shape. LL was an attractive rapper. Other than that battle don't mean nothing. I can name you battles right now with neither rappers, nothing. That ain't the only battle. How many battles with neither rappers know? Where's Cannabis? Them battles ain't nothing, man. Them battles ain't gonna do nothing for you. Boy, you got to drop good records. Period. The audience got a small attention span. Don't drop no good records and see. Do I feel Kendrick was right performing that song at the Super Bowl? Hell yeah. He got to ride it out. Yes. He's supposed to perform it everywhere. It's war. Dude mentioned his kids. Yeah, he's supposed to. Hell yeah. The only reason they put him at the Super Bowl for him to do that song. Listen, let me break that down. And this proves what I say about the battle. They Not Like Us. Now, y'all listen to me close. I'm going to show you business. They Not Like Us was a diss record against Drake, correct? Yes. But the hook is something else. So the hook is what's making him a lot of money, not the diss. Listen close. The diss is nothing. The hook is what's going to make Kendrick more and more money. I'm the Chicago Bulls. I'm finna run out. We playing the Knicks. What we run out on? We got the instrumental and the hook saying New York what? They not like us. They not like us. Football. They not like us. They not like us. They not like us. is going to refer to all battles. Everybody going to say the other people not like them. The hook, the battle, the hook, Kendrick got blessed with that. The hook lasted forever because they not like us. What I consider Kendrick FBA. I talked about this yesterday. People didn't want to hear me. This is about reparations. So it's not about FBA. FBA is identify who get reparations. Reparations is passed down to the descendants of slavery. Am I correct, Renee? Renee, reparations gets passed down to the descendants of slavery. Am I correct? Before I go on. Because I got to break this down because the internet, some people, they don't be comprehending. Am I correct? Reparations is for the descendants of slavery, right? Drake's father is a descendant of slavery, right? So Drake's father get reparations. If Drake's father is not here, Drake get reparations because he gets his father's money. I consider Drake father descendant of slavery, and I consider Drake qualified to get half of what people like me that both parents were descendants of slavery. If I'm supposed to get $1 million, Drake's supposed to get $500,000. He's supposed to get his daddy's money. Drake's supposed to get his daddy's money. Those that have some foundational Black American lineage are supposed to get whatever portion of that lineage is in their blood. Because if my mother and father's alive, my mother get money and my daddy get money, correct? All right, then. Because my mama family was one family that was in slavery, and my daddy's family is another family that was in slavery. So they both is owed money. So yes, but they're gonna get half. They're gonna give half or a quarter, depending on. They probably only gonna go back to your grandparents. But if one of your parents is FBA or one of your grandparents, you're gonna get half or you're gonna get a quarter of what those of us that both parents. That's only right. If you got that blood of slaves, then you get the money of slaves. You got people speaking on that because they own FBA more than they are on delineation and reparation. So delineation and reparation not even being spoke on. So people just talking about FBA, but how you gonna speak on FBA if you don't understand delineation and reparations? So that's why so many people speaking on FBA don't know what the hell they talking about because they're not dealing with lineage. Some of these fools think that if both of your parents ain't FBA, you ain't got no lineage. How? You ain't got no lineage if your mama FBA. I thought your mama was your lineage. I tell you, that's a whole nother story. That conversation we would have to have under the education system and the lack of intelligence and education. That's a whole other conversation. I didn't say he was black. I said he get his father's money. See how people try to put word? I didn't say he was black. I said his father was black, and his father, I didn't say he was black. We talk about reparations. Reparations ain't based on black. Reparations based on lineage. His father's lineage goes to slavery, which means the male side of his family goes to slavery. You know what I'm saying? He's mixed. He's not black. If your mama white or your daddy white, you're not black, you're mixed. Just like you could be bilingual, you're biracial. He's biracial. I'm black. And people like Drake, they not like us. That's why I say the song is fire, because I'm black. And if you come from a mixed family, y'all not like us. Y'all not like us. Y'all not like us. No, Drake not like me. My mama from Alabama, my daddy from Alabama. Only his daddy is that. So no, he not black like Big Feather. He biracial. He's biracial. Yeah, he's biracial. I'm not biracial. I'm just racial. You know what I'm saying? I just keep it real. He's biracial. I got biracial kids. I got kids, their mama, their grandmama was Mexican and their granddaddy was black. So their mama is biracial. So they like quadracial. Because I knocked her back. She had 2 sons, but they not. My son's not black like me. Their mama is Mexican and black. That's my 2 oldest sons. Now my youngest son is black like me. His mama black and me black. But my 2 oldest sons, their mama was mixed. So they would get reparations, but they would get like a quarter of reparations. They whatever we got, if we got 8 million, they wouldn't get nothing but 2, you know. They wouldn't get 4. Well, yeah, they would get my money. They would get my money. So if I got $1 million and then they was gonna pay them, they would get $500,000 because they would have to get my mama's and daddy's money. You know, they would get that money. So yeah, they would get, but they wouldn't get the other half from the other half of the family. Unless they could produce their paperwork for that family over there. We got our paperwork. Drake not gonna get no reparation from Canada. So, but his daddy from here, like I said, reparation is lineage. So we're gonna have to study lineage. And if his daddy's lineage goes back to slavery, he could be living in China. That don't matter. Because you paying for the family, you owe the family. Reparations is because you didn't pay the people back then. So wherever their relatives is now, you gotta pay them. That's what reparations is. Reparations is money they never paid the people back then. So wherever their descendants is at, wherever, they gotta get paid. It's not based on where you live at. It's based on where was you at. Was you picking that cotton? Was your relatives picking that cotton? That's what that was based on. But back to the conversation, Drake, I would say business-wise, I would say the kings of the business for the young people that's getting into music, I would say would be Jay-Z, 50 Cent, Nas, and Drake. Those are four people that's showing black people how to monetize their music career. I expect Kendrick to be, Kanye, and I expect Kendrick to get on that list pretty soon. But the number one, it looks like in a few months, it's going to be Drake. It's looking like Drake's going to be the biggest financial winner in rap history. Seriously. Because he's got a whole lot of Grammys. He's got a whole lot of hit records. And this new deal he's finna make, he's probably going to be the biggest in rap history. He's already broke like so many records. That is crazy. Drake got 5 Grammys, 55 career nominations. He got a Grammy for Take Care, Hotline Bling, God's Plan. What is these? And Wait For You with Future. That's impressive. But he looks like Drake looked like he's going to be one of the economical examples for young black people when they get into business. Well, Dirk could have been there. He keep getting in trouble. NBA Youngboy might get there if he could stay out of trouble. But from me watching the business side, I ain't never seen nobody do what Drake just did. And I'm a person, I don't get caught up in my feelings. I'm not a cheerleader, so I'm not going to let the beef with Kendrick. I'm a man, so I don't wear no skirt. So I judge each situation based on that situation. I ain't no man. I don't give a damn about that beef. Nothing. Any man that's choosing a side about that beef, I don't know. We got to see where Snoop going. Snoop, I don't know where Snoop is at. So I don't know where Snoop is at. I think he might be there, but it's not solid like that. Snoop, we don't know what he's doing. We don't know where he's at. He drops a lot of products that fails. The new Death Row ain't doing nothing. So I don't know about Snoop. I put Snoop in the next category down there with Rick Ross and them. Because this other dude's making money, but Snoop Dogg definitely ain't no damn Jay-Z or no Drake. Yeah, he ain't that. Not yet. Not that I see, not yet. I can't put him in that category. He ain't no damn 50 Cent for sure. He ain't getting no 50 Cent money. Hell no. He ain't getting that movie TV money. 50 ass. Man, he ain't getting that money. Snoop, I went to 50 last tour. Snoop ain't nobody going to see Snoop Dogg. Not like they went to see 50. 50 a bigger artist than Snoop Dogg right now as far as want to go see him. Man, you should have seen that tour. On my soul. So we still gotta watch him. I wish the best for him though. You know, I don't be hating on nobody. But he ain't no 50 Cent, Nas, or Jay-Z. He ain't doing it like that. Nas got a whole casino. You know what I'm saying? Nas ain't playing no kind of games. So him and Jay-Z and 50, they not playing no games. They getting a different type of money. Yeah, they getting a different type of money. You feel me? They getting a different type of money. They ain't getting this kind of money though. They ain't getting no money like this. I took my grandson to see that. This world tour status. So the top in the game battling for the money is 50, Jay-Z, and Nas. They the top battling for the bag. Drake is coming. I seen this show in a live show. The band was playing. The whole situation was like bigger than anything that you would see. You're not gonna see no show like this. You know what I'm saying? This show was like next level. I'm sure Jay-Z is gonna work on his show because if he don't outdo this tour, he might as well sit his ass down because 50 took it on a whole nother level. If 50 go on a tour and you get a chance to go see it, I would advise you to go see that on my soul. Because you ain't going to see no electronics, no light show, no music, because he had a band. If you look up at the top in the middle, that's a drummer. That's a drummer. I took my grandson. It was, I can't even tell you, and I seen Pink Floyd. I seen some of the best ever. I seen Jay-Z. I seen Snoop. I seen all of. Ain't nobody had no show like this. That was something else. That was on a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? I ain't kidding. That was next level. Next level talk. Look at the graphics. It was crazy. I ain't never seen nothing like that in my life. And I seen, like I said, I seen Pink Floyd at big arenas. But this was crazy. And what was really crazy, see the band up on the second floor? So like they had mixed the show where the band was playing with the record. I ain't see Kanye's. I'm gonna see Kanye. Kanye's one of the best too. I'm gonna go see Kanye. I didn't go see Kanye. I'm gonna catch Kanye at one of his things. I just had lost interest in Kanye. He be talking too crazy. Yeah. But I'm gonna go ahead and still see it. I want to see the show. The show's supposed to be fantastic. So if he do another tour and then book in Chicago, I'm gonna take my grandson to see it. But I ain't really no Kanye fan. I ain't never really liked Kanye. I don't really like dude. But I'll go see him. I ain't gonna let that stop me. I don't like him though. I ain't never liked Kanye. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell him when I see him too. Yeah, we're gonna have that conversation. Unless it's security tripping. I ain't bringing no security with me, so I'll be quiet if I can't bring, you know, so and so and so with me. But I don't like Kanye. Kanye would never be the best in Chicago. Never. He'll never get that honor. Because Kanye came out and said, Chicago, the city of hella haters. But why would you say that? The city not going to forgive him for that? Bro, you from the rack and you didn't have nothing else to say on the song, but you from Chicago, the city of hella haters. But the whole time we took care of you, we made sure folks in them didn't whoop you when you was a little boy over there in Riverdale. And we protected you. And that's the thanks we get. We should have let folks in them get at you. You know what I'm saying? I don't like him. And I don't really like no black man that just act like he just don't like black women. Like Kanye's a disgrace to me, to our race. I ain't got no problem with no mixed relationship. Like if you like a woman and she white, I don't got no problem with that. But every time she white, now that's not no coincidence. That's a preference. Especially the last one he was with. All these women out here, that's who you with? She didn't have nothing to offer. So it ain't no black woman that could match her or better. Like, bro, are you serious? And your mama black? I don't like dude. Uh, uh, I can't go by that. Kanye, yeah, he stole music from Chicago. Yes, yes, he did. Yes, he took payroll song. He took payroll song and gave it to Jay Z. Jay Z rapped it just like payroll. Never, 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 never change. I never change. I never change. That's payroll song. He gave it to Jay. That's why Isaac Hayes restaurant got closed. Because they got the squabbling up in there for Kanye stealing payroll's music. Rest in peace to Payroll. Go listen to Never Change. Go listen to it. If you think I'm lying. If you think I'm lying, you go listen to Never Change. And then go listen to Jay-Z Never Change. This before Jay-Z got on. This is when he was trying to get on. If you think I'm lying. If you think I'm lying, go listen to Never Change. If you think I'm lying. If you think I'm lying, you go over here and you listen to Payroll. Song Never Change. Okay? If you think I'm lying, you go listen to that. If you think I'm lying, go listen to Payroll. Never Change. That's what you do. And then you go and listen to Jay-Z Never Change. Took his cadence, everything. Took his cadence, Payroll passed away. Took his cadence, took everything. Go listen to this right now. Go listen to Payroll, Never Change. And then hold on, wrong thing. Right now, hold on. Right now, go listen to Payroll, Never Change. And then go listen to Jay-Z Never Change. And that's back. Shout out to Payroll, rest in peace. So that's why I say, I was really outside. We was, when Jay came to town, we was outside around that tour bus, but the police seen us and we left. Chicago was like a no-fly zone for Jay. I just don't talk about that kind of stuff. But I was looking for Jay for that. I don't believe none of that. I don't believe none of that. Not here in the rack. You might be something in New York. But you ain't nothing down here, boy. You come down here stealing. But there was a big fight. That's how Isaac Hayes Lounge got closed. Isaac Hayes Lounge was right down there on Wabash. It was popping. And they got the beefing in there over that song. Bottles was thrown and stuff like that. And Isaac Hayes got closed. Kanye got pressed over that. Kanye, man, there's a lot of people in Chicago don't like Kanye. Why you think he running behind Larry Hoover? Free Larry Hoover. Because folks in them was on his neck. That's why. He tried to make that right. Yeah, that's what, listen. Why you think he had that lady, Kim Kardashian, and him was campaigning for Larry Hoover? Because Chicago was on his neck for that. stealing. I could do a whole video on people got pressed. I could do a whole video on the snipers and them when they went to Rap-A-Lot and how that ended playing. Jay Prince know what it is. That's why he running behind folks them too. It was a no-fly zone for him too, stealing from Psychodrama and them went down there and they were stealing Chicago artists' music. Birdman, stealing. I don't be saying a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? I don't be telling y'all a lot of stuff because a lot of stuff give me PTSD. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff make my PTSD flare up. I'm not in the streets no more, so I'm trying to calm down. I ain't outside like that no more. When I came into the rap business, it was war. I came in with the war rap generation. That's why Trick said Detroit was a no-fly zone, because people was trying to come to our cities and don't respect our cities and don't respect our artists. So Detroit and Chicago, we weren't really having that. Yeah, you know. You feminine, bro. Ain't you know what I'm saying? I ain't lying. Hold on, let's take a break and we'll finish. I ain't lying, I'm telling y'all the facts. You know, that's old stuff though. We ain't carrying that, because in my world, if you don't like a dude too much, that's feminine. So if you don't like Drake so much, where you like anytime you see his name, you start feeling the way, that's feminine. So when I see Jay-Z, when I see these people, I don't feel no way. But a lot of the young brothers now, when they see a dude name, that's too feminine, man. So why you hate Drake? Like, you don't even know dude. Dude ain't done nothing to you personal or nothing. That's feminine, bro. Why would you jump him and Kendrick battle? Why would you take a side? The only way you could get any pass for that is if you in Compton or LA. And then that's your man. Does that make sense? But if you don't live in LA where Kendrick from, or Compton, and you in some other city and you got pom-poms for Kendrick, come on, bro. Come on. Y'all brothers gotta get it together. But a lot of people have stole from Chicago. Y'all heard of Boo and Gotti? Cash Money signed Boo and Gotti. Did they put him out anything? No. But all of a sudden, when Cash Money signed Boo and Gotti, All of a sudden, Lil Wayne started rapping different. Now he the fireman. But Bugatti never come out. But now all of a sudden, Lil Wayne the fireman. They did my man up in Philly the same way. They did him the same way. That's why he feel away. Signed him and just took his stuff. They did him the same way. Yep, they did Gillie the Kid the same. They did Gillie the same way. They took Gillie down there, and all they did was take from him and kick him out. That's why Gillie pissed. Now, payroll, they didn't have no artists like that. They didn't have no people. They was up and coming, struggling. You know what I'm saying? For example, let me show you something. I had a lawsuit, but I didn't do it because I had a lawyer, but she said, wait till they get some money. But I'm finna chop this up and put this on. I'm finna chop this up and put this on. I'm finna chop this up though and circulate it around. But watch this. The only reason my lawyer didn't sue, because they didn't make no money when they stole our song. Right? But look, on everything I love, watch this. Watch this. My song. I made the beat. That's my artist, Ando the Don. You see that? That's my artist, Ando the Don. What's the name of the song? She's Slugging. Ando came around one day. We was driving. He seen a girl with a nice butt. He said, man, she's slugging. I said, what you say? He said, she's slugging. I said, let's go make a record. We went to the studio. I got on the equipment. And he said, I said, okay, say the hook. He said, she's slugging. She's slugging. She's slugging. She's slugging. She's slugging. She's slugging. Shorty thick than a mug. So I made the beat. Dun, 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 dun. Right? I made the beat. She's slugging, right? One day I'm listening to the radio in Chicago. Guess what I hear? I hear Twista talking about she's slugging, she's slugging, she's slugging. And the producer, Traxster, stole my beat, tried to emulate my beat. She's slugging. But I called my lawyer. She said, Furl, let's wait. If the song don't blow up, it ain't going to be worth suing. So we're not going to sue. But I ain't ran into Traxster. We're going to have that conversation when I run into him. But now that we got social media, I'm finna air them out. I'm finna chop my hook and they hook. I'm finna run it on Instagram and TikTok. I want to put it over there. I want to get my channel. But yeah, I'm finna expose them. I'm going to let y'all hear my hook with Ando, and I'm going to let you hear the hook with Twista. Straight stole my beat style and the song, the hook, everything. Stole it. Twista and Traxster. You see it? Ando the Don. She's slugging. Produced by me. Song fire. You see it? They do it all the time. They just didn't make no money, so my lawyer didn't go after the money. She Slug and Twister. Traxter stole my beat. I ain't ran into Traxter. Because when I run into Traxter, I walk up to him and say, "What up, Traxter?" And I'm going to play the song. You heard this song before? I'm back, listen. Run my bread. Run me something. This is not a request. If I would have made the request and rant into you now and you hadn't fulfilled the request, this would have went sideways. I'm going to tell them straight up like that. That's how they, you know what I'm saying? I ain't ran into them. I didn't need to be on nothing because I had a lawyer. I had the best lawyer. I had one of the top 5 best music lawyers. I was good. They didn't make no money. They didn't make no money. And I was on probation and all that. No, I wasn't finna crash out with no money. I wasn't finna crash out. You say that's why I need to be on some Suge Knight. Where's Suge at? Checkmate. Where's Suge? Where's Suge Knight right now? Answer. I responded to you. Answer right now. Where is Suge Knight? You said I should have be like Suge Knight. Where is Suge Knight? Where is Suge Knight? Stand on it. Where is Suge Knight? You said I should be on some Suge Knight. Where is Suge Knight? For the second time. Where's Suge Knight? All right, shut up. Shut up talking to me. You're lucky you over here. I done blocked you 1,000 times. Be quiet. I shouldn't have been on no Suge Knight. You talking crazy. But back to Drake, that was genius. Drake just got out his contract. He dropped one album that had some nice songs on it with a bunch of diss. And then he dropped two more albums of songs that didn't make the cut. Because when you're in the studio, we make a lot of songs that didn't make the cut, right? We make a lot of songs that didn't make the cut. And then those songs just be in the hard drive. So what Drake did, he went and made some songs with some diss in them, put that on the first album, which got some nice songs on there too. Then he turned back around and he dropped all them songs that's in the hard drive. Genius. Absolutely genius. We're going to go back through it one more time for the people that missed it. So you can see the genius yourself and see that Drake is definitely a monster. No doubt. For sure. So let's go through it. And this is something that you just don't see in many places. You don't see this type of talent as far as work ethic. You don't see. You just don't see this type of work ethic. You just don't see it. You just don't see, you don't see this type of work ethic nowhere. It's really amazing. I ain't gonna lie. It's absolutely amazing. I think he took the songs off of YouTube once he put the videos up. He took the songs and probably moved them to Apple Music. That's crazy. Because at first he had the songs popping up on YouTube. That's crazy. Man, oh man, that is really crazy. Okay, there they go. I don't know. No, I can't find the songs, but I will show you the videos. So he went and he dropped the videos. And look at this. He dropped 3 albums. Look at these numbers. 9 days ago, 9 million views. Plot twist. National Treasures, 9.3 million, 3.3 million, 3.1 million, 7.1 million, 3 million, 10 million, 4.4 million, 9.8 million, 7 days, 8 million. 8 days. Hold on, let's do that again. 9 days. 9 days ago. 9 million, 9.3 million, 3.3 million, 3.1 million, 7.1 million, 3 million, 10 million. That's 9 days ago. 7 song videos in 1 day. 9 days ago, he dropped 7 videos that did 10 million, 3 million, 7 million, 3 million, 3.3 million, 9.3 million, and 9 million. And then 8 days ago, he dropped a song, 4 million, 9.8 million, 7.2 million, 3 million, 3 million, 1.4 million, 2.2 million, 3.8 million, 2.9 million, 3.8 million, 1 million. And that's 3, 6, 9. That's 10 songs. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 songs in 2 days, except the last song was only 5 days ago. So that's millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of views, all released mostly in 2 days and then 1 and 5 days. And was able to get out of his contract, drop all the songs to clear his contract and be free, something that an average artist would have had to release 3 albums. It would have took them at least 3 years before they get out the contract. And he made all them professional videos, right? All those professional videos and dropped them and got out the contract. This is something the record label's gonna hate, that he's showing the young generation how to get out their contract. They're gonna start changing them contracts, and they're gonna start saying, that you owe them 3 albums, but you can only turn them in. Watch. They're going to start saying when you can turn them in. You watch. They're going to restructure them contracts. They're going to say, if you owe us 5 albums, you must turn in an album no sooner than once a year so they can keep you for that 5 years, because they don't want nobody like NBA Youngboy or Dirk or somebody to go make all them songs and turn them in and be out the contract. You can bet Universal is pissed and gave them some mid-grade songs with a bunch of diss songs only on the first album, some pretty good songs. But all his real good stuff, he did not give to them. So anybody telling you that Drake didn't make no good songs, you tell them that Drake, right, held his good songs, right? That's what you tell them. You tell them Drake held his good songs. That's what you tell them. That's what you tell them. You say Drake held his good songs. Smart. You don't get no smarter than that. Because if he's going to restructure a deal, why would he give them his hit records when he's going to get a big deal on his own label? You're going to save your hits for your first album on your new structured $1 billion deal. So when people telling y'all, nah, the album's all right, he still get millions and millions of views, and he held, trust me, that man got some fire. When you listen and you hear the song that he did with Future, there's a song he did with Future. Let me ask you a question. Is that the only song you think he did with Future? No. I guarantee you he probably did about 5 songs with Future. That's bangers. That song with Future just proves they've been in a lab. That's why my audience is the smartest audience, because they know I don't be emotional. I'm going to come tell y'all something nobody else going to tell you, so that my viewers, not fans, viewers, so that my viewers be ahead of the game. So when Drake get that deal and drop that album and you hear them songs, you're going to be like, some of these songs he been had. Pharoah told us. Pharoah said that. You're going to say, Pharoah said that. That man got songs locked and loaded for that new deal. I'm talking about bangers. Because anybody in the music business know the album number 1 was new songs he made because it got the new diss on it. But anybody know album number 2 and number 3 was old songs that we talked about that he pulled off of what, y'all? Off the hard drives. Remember I told y'all? Old songs off the hard drives. He went in the hard drives and he pulled up pretty good songs that was pretty good but wasn't good enough to make the cut. And he said, here, 3 albums, I'm out my deal. Man, that man didn't change the game. The record labels is finna have meetings. How can we stop somebody from doing this? Because now when we give a dude a 2-album deal, he probably gonna go make it right away. So the label's gonna be like, oh Lord. Because it don't say the album gotta be good. Hey man, listen, when you sign a deal to turn in 3 albums, it don't say they gotta be good. So if your contract say you fulfill your contract, they're going to give you this much money. It don't say you're going to fulfill your contract unless it's really good records that sell this much. It don't say that. So he said, oh, okay, I owe y'all 3 albums. Here. Bye. Bye. Especially since Universal was playing both sides, playing him and Kendrick. Y'all didn't know that part. Universal was playing both sides against the middle. Who hooked Kendrick up with DJ Mustard? So Universal was playing both sides against the middle. It's to their benefit for Kendrick to win because Drake is in a contract with them. And they know there's rumblings of Drake want to leave. But in terms of hip hop, Drake is a superhero to me. Drake is a superhero, and anybody hating on Drake ain't representing real hip hop. They phony. Anybody. Drake is a super hip hop. Like 100%. And it ain't nobody want to have that debate. Nobody. Nobody. Drake is a superhero, a real G. A real G. 100%. Drake is a G. Because Drake took on his beef. Facts. He punked out and Drake stepped in because the beef was supposed to be against Kendrick and J. Cole. That's what the battle was supposed to be. Not Drake. Drake wasn't even supposed to be in that battle. Because Drake hadn't attacked Kendrick like that. This chump attacked Kendrick with 7-minute drill that was garbage. Am I lying? What was the first solo shot at Kendrick? Drake or J. Cole? Who took the first shot at Kendrick? Who kicked it off personally with Kendrick? The first solo record dedicated towards Kendrick was 7-minute drill by this guy. And everybody gave this guy a pass. Drake stepped up to the plate. And then everybody turned on Drake when Drake was the only one had some cojones to say something. Drake was the only one. This guy here, okay? They was both on the song. Kendrick responded. We'd like that. Cool. Shot fired back. J. Cole jumps out the window with this. Then he say, I don't feel it in my heart. Now, wait a minute. You kicked it off with first-person shooter. Then you jumped out the window with 7-minute drill. Then you punked out. I got it all logged in, the history. Nobody don't want this smoke over here. I got it all here. I can show you the whole play, how it happened. That's how it happened. These is facts. So Drake said, "Oh, you scared?" So Drake went and fought for a weak J. Cole. I never listened to J. Cole again in my life. J. Cole, all this is J. Cole's fault. Think about what Drake went through because this dude stepped out. Just keep it real. Just keep it real. Now, how Drake ain't a superhero? He jumped in a battle for the sake of hip hop. Drake could have just sat it out. And they would have said, "You gonna respond to Kendrick?" He could have said, "No, J. Cole ran." But he didn't. He didn't. He went out there and took that man fight. Because J. Cole dropped the first solo single against Kendrick, not Drake. Not Drake. J. Cole did that. And then went and sat down and chumped out and left that man out there to fight that by himself. That's some of the most cowardice stuff I ever seen in hip hop. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. And Drake was killing. Drake was Drake was disintegrating Kendrick too, because Family Matters had put Kendrick in the coffin, was gonna nail it, and he came up with "They Not Like Us." But when Family Matters came out with 3 songs, Drake had smashed him into the ground. Family Matters had smashed Kendrick into the ground. Because Drake released Kendrick, Drake released a song, Kendrick released a song, Drake released a song, Drake released 3 songs on Family Matters. It was over. But Kendrick, They Not Like Us, saved his ass. And They Not Like Us is a great song. But me personally, the first and third song on this album, is fire. The first and third song on this album, I mean on these 3 songs, because it's just 3 songs, was go back, go listen to Family Matters. It was, yeah, it was all that. He said, "I'll drop 3 diss songs. Keep up with me." Kendrick came back with one that was a great song, one of the greatest rap songs ever made. I ain't gonna lie. He owed DJ Mustard big time, and whoever wrote that hook, because he was getting smashed. Kendrick was getting washed. He was getting washed. His production was horrible. Well, y'all wouldn't know that, but people in the music business know his mixes was horrible. His production was horrible. DJ Mustard took him in, got him in a good situation where he got a good, clean mix, a nice, clean song, because his songs was like amateur. as far as the quality. I ain't talking about as far as the songs and the lyrics. I'm talking about from a music business point of view. Kendrick songs, you could tell his label wasn't helping him. You could tell he not had no label behind him. This stuff was unprofessional. The lyrics was good, but I'm talking about the tracks, the mixes, they was horrible. All Drake stuff was top of the line professional, mixed and mastered, quick. As far as the quality of the sound in that battle, all Drake songs had a way better quality. Only people in the music business know what I'm talking about than Kendrick's. Fans wouldn't know nothing about that. Kendrick's songs were just raw and mastered on the internet. Drake's songs was professionally mastered, quick, because he have a team and they all in-house and they got everything. Kendrick's out there struggling on his own, while that label he was on was out there doing weirdo stuff. You know what I'm saying? Nope. Most of the time, for an album, let's say you got three things with me to turn in an album. Well, I still got to clear them. So, I mean, you already know to have an album, you're going to have to at least have 9 songs, 9 or 10 songs off the top, or it's not going to be considered an album. That's the first thing. And then they're not going to go into the details of what you're going to do and all that. So they want you to, they want you to make the albums and turn them in. And they only write their contracts based on previous artists. So now when you get a contract based on previous artists, but Drake is under that contract and he's an excellent recording artist, then he gonna shut all that down. And he gonna get out the deal. Now you saying AI is making it easier to shoot videos. You ain't lying. Because they can use AI and then they can get all type of scenes. Because like when they got the ice going up, right? When they got the ice going up on the tower with Drake, you can tell all that's AI. So they was able to take AI and make it look like they had helicopters and all that. But for Drake to drop that much music, even with AI, that's still months worth of work that he turned in. That ain't no overnight work. Because that stuff got to sound right. You got to write them lyrics. You got to mix it. You got to master it. And that's a hell of a lot of work. But you're right. Them videos, a lot of them videos is AI. But why would he go in the studio? Why would he pay somebody to shoot a real video when he trying to get from under the contract with you? And they robbing record labels is robbing the artists. So Drake is one of the first artists to say, oh, they trying to rob artists? I ain't going. Here, 3 albums. I'm on my contract. So what Drake did is flip the robbery back on them. Yeah, he's a hero for that. So overall, Drake is the biggest hero, not Kendrick, because Drake has shown artists how to get from under them bogus contracts and how to finesse the system where you make such good songs that your next deal gonna be through the roof. Because Drake makes the best songs as far as quantity. Kendrick don't make a lot of really good songs. Never have. Even when he had Room Full of Liquor, it was all right. But he had Dre, Dr. Dre behind. That's the only reason they paid him any attention, because of Dre. If without Dre, Kendrick wouldn't even made it. Because his songs is, I ain't trying to disrespect, but one reason so many young men like Kendrick, and I'm saying this respectfully, is because the young men today is weirdos. They can't dance. The young men today, they don't know how to dance. They ain't come up like us. We had to slow dance. We had to do all the different fast dances. The young generation, they don't go look at any parties. Young men got two left feet. So Kendrick, you don't have to dance to his music. That's why the young brothers like it. Because you ain't got to dance. You ain't got to have no game. You could be uncomfortable around women. You know, with Drake's music, you got to be a Mac. You got to know how to holler at a chick. Drake make that player music. Drake make that music to pull women to. That's a fact. So when you tell me you don't like Drake, I already know you a buster. You understand? Because when we out and we driving around and we in the world, we have two types of music. We have the music we want to listen to, and then we have the music for when we pick up the queen or pick up a date. We don't listen to the music we play on the date. Facts. But if you ain't knocking nothing back and you ain't having no babies, you know what I'm saying? I got 6 babies. I've been knocking stuff back. You understand? So I know we got two different music. That's why Tupac was my favorite artist, because Tupac one of the few artists that made both kinds of music. So I could ride around with Tupac and he could be thug life and all that. Then boom, I get on the block. I'm to the woman's house. She walking to the car, put on Just Like Daddy. How do you want it? You know? So I could Pac album. I don't got to go to the trunk and change the CD player and all that when I was out there like that. So Pac had both styles. I'm not listening to Just Like Daddy or How Do You Want It when I'm in the car by myself. I'm listening to Adventures of a Rider and all that. You know what I'm saying? I hit them up. You know what I'm saying? I'm listening to the gangster stuff when I'm, the thug and the black conscious stuff when I'm, you know what I'm saying? But when I pick up a queen, I gotta have Tupac. You gotta dance with a woman to break the ice. No, you don't. 2 drinks and a blunt. What you talking about? You don't have to dance with no woman. Listen, don't listen to him. You listen to a real player from the Himalayas. The best way to break the ice with a woman is not dancing. Nothing turns a woman on than a nice dinner. Facts. You got a woman, you want to break the ice, you're not going to even get to dance with her if you don't take her to dinner. Dinner. A nice restaurant, dressed right, boom, taking her somewhere that got class, right? From the time they bring her menu, if you think I'm lying, watch a woman when you go to dinner on a new date. Watch her whole vibe and watch how more sexy she starts to act as soon as she opened the menu. As soon as she opened the menu, the feminine side just come all out. Now all you got to do is have some nice conversation and don't be a sea hound. Don't be a hound and take her home. And no pressing. So don't listen to the other person over here. Don't press. Because when you press them, you look desperate, like a loser. So don't be trying to trick her out of clothes. None of that. Take her home. Like a gangster, like a hustler, like a G. Take her home. And she'll let you know if she wants you to come in. Or if she don't want to go home, she will let you know she don't want to go home. She'll get in the car and say, what you want to do now? You know what I'm saying? Don't you ever sweat or press no woman, ever. Because once you press a woman, now she dominant and you the girl. Young man, listen to me. You don't never want no woman more than she wants you. You the prize. So when you go out with a woman and act like she the prize, you losing. You gotta let them know, baby, I'm the prize. I'm the one got the substance. I put the substance in you. You the baby maker, but I put the baby in, okay? And don't get it twisted. Baby girl, you need to holler at me because I'm the MVP, okay? I like you. You all that, but you're not me. According to statistics, it's a whole lot of women and not that many men, according to statistics. According to statistics, it's more y'all available than us. According to statistics, a whole lot of y'all ain't married. According to statistics, according to outside, y'all ain't got no man like that. Now, I got them lined up. You just was the winner. I'm just saying. I got the package. So if PUSSY was a substance, what would it be? If you went to get some PUSSY and it was actually a substance, when you have sex, who gives who the substance? Because they don't give you no substance. I'm just saying. I've been saying that for years. If PUSSY was something you could touch or something that you could see, it would be what we got. I ain't never got no PUSSY, but I left a whole bunch of sperm. I didn't shot a lot of sperm into women. I'm the doctor, and I be giving them their shot and giving them their antibodies. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. And so people like me, it's hard out here on a pimp because simps make them think they all of that and mess the game up. The simps mess the game up. You know what I'm saying? So when you hollering at her, she start acting funny. She act like she don't want to talk to you on the phone. Don't call her no more. If she don't call you, baby, bye. She gotta call you. You break up, you might miss the hell out of her. Don't call her. The only way you should be calling her is if she got your baby, you're gonna keep checking on her. Because you gotta help the baby. You checking on the baby mama. But if she ain't got your baby and raising no baby like that, Man, if she don't call you, then it is what it is. I'm gonna tell you straight up. In the up. King, that's why they say king and queen. They don't never say queen and king. The queen don't never come first. It's not in the area we live is not a queendom, it's a kingdom. I ain't never heard of no queendom. I always heard of a kingdom. Now we honor the queen, we lift the queen up, but she the queen though. And I'm gonna get back to this subject with the music, but young men, the best way to check a woman is to take her to dinner. If you take her to dinner and buy her a nice dinner and she don't show no appreciation on, that's a gold digger. Dump her. Never take her to dinner unless you got money that you just want to spend anyway. So if you spent $150 at dinner, you don't feel like she cheated you because you wanted to spend $150 anyway. She was just a recipient of what you wanted to do. Don't act like she owe you nothing. You a player. You spent 150. It's whatever. Not know you spent 150. Now you desperate. You thirsty. Sit your broke ass down then. If $150, $200 got you tripping, you shouldn't have went on no date. You gotta go on a date with a woman with no expectations. I'm going to spend this money because I want to, not because I'm expecting nothing. I'm not expecting nothing. That's how you gotta be. Because if you jumping through loops, they're going to keep making you jump. The marriage ain't going to work or the relationship ain't going to work anyway because she the boss. And she ain't going to never respect you as no man like that. When you all thirsty chasing her and devaluing yourself, you taking your value down. What you worth? If she worth everything, you ain't worth nothing then. That's what's wrong with a lot of these women now. The men chasing them too much. You going buying her jewelry, she don't buy you nothing. That's how you know you got a good queen. You got a good queen when you go buy her some jewelry, and then you come home like a month later and she done bought you some. Nah, that's the one. She done bought you some pants. She done bought you some shoes. There you go. But the one you buy, and she don't never get you nothing, man, you better dump that zero and get with you a fine hero on one soul. Church, tabernacle. That's for the young brothers out there. And for sure, when you get in the car, you bump that player music and you bump that Drake. Listen to me. Bump that smooth Drake. I'm telling you. You don't got to listen. When Shorty get in the car, bump that Drake. That's one of the must-have artists when you go on a date. In this time, back in the day, you could play Smokey Robinson and all that. If you washed up, you know what I'm saying, and you old and be withered and stuff, then, play you some many guys will come to you in the line that is not true. And then if you like that, but if you like Big Pharaoh, you know what I'm saying, I'm bumping whatever the new love song you got now. You know what I'm saying? I'm not playing that old stuff. I'm just telling you. I'm not playing that old stuff. Uh-uh. I'm not playing that. Oh, no. Oh, no, no, no. We're not doing that. No. We're not playing. We're not doing that. No. That old stuff, that's erectile dysfunction music. You know what I'm saying? You need to go get the, you know what I'm saying? That means you know, you gotta go take some hymns or one of them pills. Yeah. There's to the OGs out there too. If you're the OG, when you get in the car, play that new song. Man, y'all better listen to me. Okay, you 65. You go on a date with a woman 63. She gonna expect you to pull up and play songs from y'all era. Now play the lady songs from this era. She gonna look at you like, oh, change it up for her. She always at church listening to that stuff. She a church lady. She around a bunch of old people all the time. Sometimes, because if she got kids, she gonna know the song you play. You want to bring her out of her zone. You want to be different. You don't want to be. You can't let no woman like read you and know what you're gonna do automatically. You gotta change it up. The new music is always better. Trust me, if y'all go on a date, don't say I didn't give you no game. And don't have no expectations. Don't be sweating no queen. Make up your mind. I like her. I'm finna go out to eat. This is a date. This is how you do it. I'm finna go out to eat, and I want to take you with me. I'm finna go out to eat anyway. Not I'm finna take her out to eat. I'm finna go out to eat. Would you like to accompany me? Boom. That's how she got to know that I'm not taking you out to dinner like that. I'm going out to dinner and I want to know if you want to go with me. And that's how you ask them out for dinner. You're like, I'm getting ready to go have some dinner. I'm going out to have some dinner tomorrow. Would you like to join me? Not, do you want me to take you out to dinner? Hey, you can say what you want to say. I'm 68 and I'm in high demand. I'm just busy. You know what I'm saying? Oh, so I'm just kind of busy. So I really can't, you know what I'm saying? I'm chasing dollars right now in business. I got a book and stuff like that. So I ain't really, you know, focusing on that like that. Not like that. You know what I'm saying? Because if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. I hope you young brothers learn something. And for sure, every time Drake come out with some music, if you dating and stuff, find that cold song the ladies want and have it able to play when you go on a date. He one of the best at the game. He got that smooth voice and all that. He make it more modern, like music for the ladies instead of old. It's more modern. Also, to the ladies and the men, if you're over 50, old music ages you. Young music is the fountain of youth. You don't want to keep aging like that and be washed up and outdated. You need to listen to another tempo, a new style. And if you're a man, and you with a woman, especially if she is an older woman, she gonna appreciate you like bringing her out of that zone, taking her into like a new world that at her age ain't nobody gonna take her. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna take her to see 50. Ain't nobody gonna take her to no more up and more modern stuff. She gonna brag. She like, I went out last night. Where you went, girl? She like, man, he took me to see 50 Cent. Oh, it was good. See what I'm saying? Instead of you taking her to see Peabo Bryson. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got nothing against people. I'm just saying. I'm talking to the older brothers. Like, stop, you know what I'm saying? Stop doing retirement home stuff. You feel me? Stop doing it. You know what I'm saying? Stop doing it. So that's what I got to say about that. So, and if you're in the music business, you can't just watch. This is important before I go. If you are in the music business, you can't just watch the kind of music they make and the kind of videos they make. You got to watch their economic moves. I'm going to say that again to the young brothers. If you want to get into the music, it's fine to listen to the type of music you want to listen to, but you got to look at the ones that's monetizing. Because if you don't monetize, you're going to have to quit making music, because how you going to pay your bills? So you got to look at the monetization. What is the monetization? How are they putting their music on YouTube? YouTube is the best place to put your music. All my music I got out before these years up, I'm pulling it off of all streaming sites. And all my music will be on YouTube because YouTube pays the best. I'm not doing Apple Music. I'm not doing Spotify. All of them is out of here. At least with YouTube, I know YouTube going to run them commercials and I'm going to get paid for them commercials. And that payment for that commercials is better than the payment artists is getting for their songs. Facts. That's why, once again, right? Let me show you once again. I'm giving y'all a hell of a game. I don't know why I don't be getting no money. I don't be getting no donations. And I be giving people like $1 billion worth of game. Once again, YouTube runs commercials. Those commercials make money. Okay? So, let's look at it. How many commercials are running? 9 million views. How many commercials ran? 9.3 million views. How many commercials? 3.3 million views. How many commercials? 3.1. How many commercials ran? 7.1. How many commercials? 3.3 million. How many commercials? 10 million. How many commercials ran? 4.5 million. How many commercials? 9.9 million. How many commercials ran on YouTube? 7.2 million. How many commercials they showed? 3 million. How many commercials they showed? 3 million. How many commercials they showed? 1.4 million. How many commercials? 2.2 million. How many commercials? 3.8 million. How many commercials? 2.9 million. How many commercials? 3.8 million. How many commercials? 1 million. How many commercials? How many commercials ran? How many? Exhibit B. Who got the most? Let me help him make some more money. Let me go one of the ones got 9 million. Watch this. 9 million. 9.9 million, almost 10 million. All right, you tell me. What you see? What you see? He just made money. Drake just made money, you know. Drake just made money before the song played. Another commercial. Made money again. Oh, that might be the same commercial. Wait a minute. Made money again. Think that was the same commercial. Now let's see. Another commercial. So that's 2 commercials. Made money. Made money. Made money. Made more money than you gonna make streaming your music. He making more than that with commercials. On my soul. Why you think so many people on YouTube? And how do they get paid? From commercials. That's why we on YouTube. You got it? All right, don't say I didn't help you. I don't know why, but hey, support the channel. Where's my support? They charge for this stuff. Man, you won't even give me $3. What's up with y'all? Where's the $3, the $5? What are we doing? Anyway, I'm going to do what I do, whether you donate or not. Deuces, get yourself together. If you're in the music business, make some good content, post it on YouTube, get you some money, work hard, make good songs, build an audience, and make a living off of making music. My new material is going to be dropping shortly. Might as well play an old song I did 20 years ago with my brethren. So here we go. The song I did with my brethren. Stay positive, all right? Stay positive. Okay? Straight up. Shout out to my brethren, Illuminati Congo.
Naya Benga unite with gangsta. In my city it's Naya Benga. Pulling finger make a fire blaze, yo. You in danger, I'm a stepping razor. Naya Benga unite with gangsta. In my city it's Naya Benga. Pulling finger make a fire blaze, yo. You in danger, I'm a stepping razor. Your locks out like Shaq, I box out. Any snakes in the can trying to pop out. Don't drop out or cop out, get a drop now. Locks blowing in the wind with the top down. I'm fly, dude, you can't do what I do. Frosty and flashy with the heart of a Sadu. Living God true with hair like wool. Pass the Charlie Tune and cool and make me get a pool. Naya Benga unite with gangsta. In my city it's Naya Benga. Pulling finger make a fire blaze, yo. You in danger, I'm a stepping razor. Naya Benga unite with gangsta. In my city it's Naya Benga. Pulling finger make a fire blaze, yo. You in danger, I'm a stepping razor. Yeah, Doghouse Rasta, where my Rasta at? Where the dogs at? It's rough out on the streets of the shop. You better watch your back, boy, you're bound to die. Spitting out the sky, it gon' fall in your eye. Black people, you can make it if you try. You caught slipping, then you're gon' get killed. Tell you these niggas in the shy is ill. They don't call it ill, stay here for nothing. These niggas out here don't be huffing and bluffing. Naya Bingy mean death to oppressor. I got a Tech 9 and the Glock on the dresser. It's funny to me cause I oppress oppressor. If you's a weak card, boy, me I'll test ya. What you know about the third couch roster? I'm not a slave cause I'm about to be the master. Folk corner hustler, nigga use a buster. Come get this shit cause I know you as a customer.
Naya Bingy unite with gangsta. In my city it's Naya Benga. When it finger make a fire blaze, yo. You in danger, I'm a stepping razor. Naya Bingy unite with gangsta. In my city it's Naya Benga. When it finger make a fire blaze, yo. You in danger, I'm a stepping razor.